In the third stage of the four-stage proofreading process, you correct those sentences that you've identified as needing revision. First, start with your incomplete sentences, the ones that you put a 0 in front of. To correct an incomplete sentence, called a fragment, you may be able to attach it to the full sentence before or after it, or you may have to rewrite it completely so that it can stand alone. Let's take a look at my fragment, such as Chicago, Orlando, or Cincinnati. I've named 3 cities, but I don't have a complete thought here. Looking up, I can see that I wrote city in my previous sentence, so I should be able to attach this fragment to that sentence. They thought that I, like them, had come from a metropolitan city such as Chicago, Orlando, or Cincinnati. It's now a complete sentence. After you have corrected all of your fragments, then it's time to revise your unclear sentences, the ones you put a 1 in front of. Perhaps a word or phrase makes it unclear, or perhaps your punctuation gives the reader the wrong signal for how it should be read. Let's look at my unclear sentence. One of my colleagues went so far as to ask me how I overcame my rural Kentucky background to become a well-educated world traveler English professor. Well-educated is an adjective. World traveler and English professor are nouns. So what we need to do is correct world traveler so that it also is an adjective. I'll change it to well-traveled, and then we need to delete this comma so that the reader will read it correctly. One of my colleagues went so far as to ask me how I overcame my rural Kentucky background to become a well-educated, well-traveled English professor. After you have corrected all of your unclear sentences, revise your run-on sentences, the ones you put a 2 in front of. You may recall that you have 3 options for correcting run-on sentences. Option 1, put a period between the 2 sentences. Option 2, put a semicolon between the 2 sentences. Option 3, put a comma followed by a fan voice word between the 2 sentences. Fan voice, remember, stands for the words for, and, nor, but, or, yet, so. Let's look at my run-on sentence. My response was immediate. I read anything and everything I could get my hands on. That little comma is simply not strong enough to separate 2 sentences. A period works well here to separate the 2 sentences. However, since my second sentence is a quote, I can use a colon instead. The period on the bottom of the colon says, "This is the end of the sentence." And the period on the top of the colon says, "Here comes a quote." Now you try this. If you need more guidance on how to correct your errors, consult your textbook, or you may wish to purchase this workbook written by yours truly that goes into great detail on fourth stage proofreading. It's available in the HCC bookstore and on Amazon.com.